Okay, if we're good to go, we'll go ahead and get started. I want to welcome everyone to our Veterans Day recognition and honoring those that have served and giving you a little bit of updates and things like that about what's going on with our military and veteran programs at the University of San Diego. Okay, and here's our agenda. Let me see if I can, maybe this isn't, and reshare. Here, wasn't missing some of the pictures, but I think that'll be okay. Here we go. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and share the agenda. And just to get started, if you could mute your mics as we are recording this to share out with everyone afterwards. We want to honor, one of the things that we do at USD is to honor some of the traditions of our military connected. And so we'll be showing you the Marine Corps' birthday message that is shared every year. That's a great virtual experience for you to see cross-generational. Know that it is Marine Corps specific, but those are ethos that are shared across each branch of service. We will then invite Calder Epps, who's a USD alumni from our School of Business and Navy veteran, to share a little bit about the history and the American veteran and some of the characteristics and traits that we share. And then we're going to go into the state of military and veteran programs, some of the highlights, what our enrollment looks like, what's been going on this past academic year, and information updates about VA benefits and program enhancements. Caroline Walsh will then share about our assessments and what we're going to be doing to make sure that we are supporting our students successfully. And then Jem Cruz will share about what the programming will be looking like. We definitely have a lot of unique challenges, and we want to make sure that you're feeling connected to our population and that you have resources and that you're able to stay engaged with our community. So she'll share out what's going on for spring and some of the events that we will be ending this year out with. And then following that, we'll have Rob Connect, who is a USD PhD student and Marine Corps veteran. He's also our Military Connected Hub coordinator, to share on the state of the Military Connected Hub grant that is under the Envisioning 2024 grant for USD. So looking forward, what is military and veteran programming, and how we will work together across campus and in the community to support our military connected students. And then we'll end with some closing remarks and any conversation and questions that you all may have. So as I mentioned, we're just going to share one of our traditions. As a Marine Corps veteran myself, this is something I look forward to every year. We do honor the Marine Corps Ball, but this virtual and kind of uniform message that goes out to all Marines every year on the birthday is something that really helps us get in the spirit of honoring the Marine Corps. And the message this year, what I like about it also is that it incorporates cross-generational veterans. So there's veterans from World War II era, Vietnam era that are highlighted. And I think that's really important to really, during this time, there are a lot of students and there's faculty, administrators, and community partners that have veterans in their family that come from different generations, and we want to honor them as well. This year, the Commandant of the Marine Corps touches on specifically honor, courage, and commitment, which are the core values to the Marine Corps and ethos that are shared throughout the branches of service. So we'll go ahead and share this. And if you do want to share a message to student veterans and you want to put it in the chat, we'll make sure that that is shared when we share out this video, or this video, yes.
I am absolutely proud to be a Marine. I'm proud of my service. I'm proud of the fact that I was in the
my team.
Our nation expects us to be the world's finest military professionals, to be capable and ready, and to represent all that is good about the United States, a nation of diverse heritages, united by common values.
There's no tighter unit in the world than the Marine Corps.
I apologize.
I am absolutely proud to be a Marine. I'm proud of my service. I'm proud of the fact that I was in a position to do something to preserve my freedom and to hold on to those values that can only be had by free people.
Trust is not given, nor is it easily earned. Today, the trust of the nation is our inheritance, a trust earned through the selfless valor and determined actions of generations of Marines on the distant shores and misty battlefields of our storied past.
We were really snowed as to why we would need so many Marines to take this little piece of rock. But after the first day, when they lost so many wounded and killed, they announced that night, you know, we're going ashore. And the island was so different in its appearance from Guam and the other islands that we'd been on. There was no jungle, wasn't anything. Even though we'd been in combat before, you could see right off it wasn't going to be anything like what we had experienced before.
Long before we wear the uniform, long before the eagle, globe, and anchor is etched on our soul, we sense the special appeal that sets Marines apart. Our ethos, values, and character speak to our nation's heart.
All I wanted was an opportunity. Don't give me anything else, just let me, just show me the way and I'll get it done. And that was my motivation. I got an opportunity to serve in the Marine Corps and I chose Special Forces. I chose Force Recon and I did 3 tours in Force Recon. Did fairly well. Got a chance to be a combat swimmer. Made 3 combat dives and 2 swims of 1,500 meters in enemy territory. And we fought our way from the DMZ back to Hawaii City. And the team Broadmine, it was my team.
Our nation expects us to be the world's finest military professionals, to be capable and ready, and to represent all that is good about the United States, a nation of diverse heritages, united by common values.
There's no tighter unit in the world than the Marine Corps. I mean, you join the Air Force, you join the Navy, you become a Marine. And it's something that sticks with you the rest of your life.
The spirit of this ethos is born in the hearts of men and women by a common calling, a desire to serve, and a sense of duty born in ideals like patriotism, valor, and fidelity.
When the Japanese struck Pearl Harbor, the atmosphere of the country was entirely different than it is now. So everyone was talking and trying to figure out what they could do. I decided that I would go into the Marine Corps. No matter who you are, do some kind of service for your country. I've always been proud to say that I was in the Marine Corps.
Our ethos is who we are and what we believe.
I was 18 years old, and you find out what you got when you need it. And I just thought I wasn't going to die that night. The NVA had came into our perimeter. All I had was a K-bar. I crawled over and I found my assistant gunner. We could hear Eli, the gunner, was shot up, and they'd come in and took Eli and drug him back into the hamlet. So I told Bob, I'm going after Eli. And I just went screaming, and I dove in and I dispatched him. And then I picked Eli up, I picked the gun up, and I got us the hell out of there.
To be courageous is to do what is right, to adhere to a higher standard of personal conduct, to lead by example, and to make tough decisions under stress and pressure. Marines train, Marines fight, and Marines win. Always.
We set up security, and they took off into the patrol into the village. 0530, that's when the fireworks started. We're trying to find our way over there, and the second time we found more, you know, and some of them were dead, and then some of them were alive trying to take cover. I sped up and got between the village and the guys that were our guys. Yeah, we were getting shot at, and Myra was just going away, just boom, 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 boom. I'm alive because of Myra. I'll be dead honest with you. I've never seen a young man have that much courage.
Our nation finds in its Marine Corps men and women committed to preserving trust that's been built over the last 245 years. Marines, once transformed, are forever changed, instilled with the beliefs, ideals, and virtues that have meaning deeper than words. These ideals, honor, courage, commitment, form the bedrock of our institutional and individual character. On this birthday, our nation finds in its Marine Corps men and women who know the meaning of patriotism, valor, duty, strength, discipline, and innovation. We must be faithful to our country, to our Corps, and to each other. This faithfulness must never be compromised. We must respect each other, believe in each other, trust each other.
Our nation finds in its Marine Corps a ready and capable force, never content with the status quo or being average. Marines meet and exceed the standard. That is what Marines do, and that is what the nation expects.
Semper Fidelis, and happy birthday, Marines.
So I just want to take a minute and you know, if there's any comments or anything like that that you'd like to share out, feel free to do so. Put them in the chat messages if you would want to share messages with student veterans or anything like that. And I will go ahead and turn it over to share a little bit more about Veterans Day and what Veterans Day means for us to Calder.
Good afternoon. I'm Calder Epps, 2019 graduate of USD, BBA in finance. 2 years ago, I was honored to speak at, say a few words at the Veterans Day ceremony, and Amanda was good enough to give me some time on a soapbox here. So to give a little background on the holiday itself, each year on November 11th, we pause to celebrate Veterans Day. It's one of those annual holidays that elicits a well-meaning cacophony of thanks, patriotism, consumer discounts, and a degree of public euphoria driven by imagery of America's sharply dressed men and women in uniform. In 1919, President Woodrow Wilson declared November 11th to be Armistice Day, recognizing the end of the first global conflict. Then, after the unprecedented bloodletting of the Second World War, and with a vast portion of the American public having served or been intimately involved in the war effort, President Eisenhower changed Armistice Day to Veterans Day. It's only natural for a free nation to look upon its military as a source of hope. Those that wear the cloth of the nation, by necessity, represent the nation's youth, and the institution carries an aura of perpetual vitality. This aura is perpetually renewed as successive generations join its ranks, bringing with them the best hopes and dreams of America for its future. Because of this, these fighting men and women are entrusted by the public to uphold the nation's highest ideals. At the USD Military and Veteran Program Veterans Day ceremony in 2018, 100 years after the end of World War I, I had the privilege of saying a few words that captured my belief in America and her veterans. But this year, I don't think my time on the soapbox is best used by blowing sweet words and martial affirmations your way. This year, I'm going to talk about this year. 2020 has certainly been a wild ride, and I don't think any of us are walking away unscathed. This year has tested the strength of our society and revealed cracks in our armor. But with adversity comes the challenge to improve, to become better, stronger, and more resilient, for reaffirming our dedication to those highest ideals which we aspire to. No one is better poised to take on these challenges than the American veteran. Each service promulgates its core values and teaches its service members to live those core values. Values such as honor, courage, commitment, loyalty, duty, respect, integrity, and selflessness are key to the success of each branch of the military. When their time in uniform comes to an end, veterans take these values with them, doubling the social return on the taxpayer's investment. This is nothing new. After World War II, many African American veterans, such as civil rights leader Medgar Evers, brought the values of their service back to the civilian sector, challenging America to live up to its promise to all of its citizens. Evers recruited other veterans into his NAACP chapter because, as he said, they don't scare easy. We saw the strengths and values of American veterans as the military and veteran communities mobilized to address the COVID-19 epidemic. There are countless examples of the character of veterans taking on our greatest challenges as a nation, especially this year in 2020. But we're never finished. The drive for continuous improvement and the necessary overcoming of barriers to unified effort are fundamental to who we are as veterans. Our work is cut out for us. Go and seek those opportunities to demonstrate the character of the American veteran. As we look forward to 2021, I would challenge veterans to take Evers' words, the core values they continue to live out in their daily lives, and act as the grounding force and unifying influence that they are best positioned to be. I wish you all a rewarding veteran.
Okay, we got just the tail end of it to follow up on, but I will definitely, we'll definitely get the script and that from Calder. Thank you so much, Calder, for serving, for service to country, and for continuing to serve, especially here today. Did you want to finish, Calder? Was there more? Is there a little bit more?
That's what I had for you today.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your articulation. Every year that you've worked with Veterans Day, it's been an honor to work with you. So we will transition. I really appreciate especially some of the things that he had mentioned, which is to continuously drive for improvement. And that's something that I think we focus on with the military and veteran program and on campus at USD. So now I want to just transition now into a little bit about what is going on with military and veteran programs. We'll talk about some highlights from this past academic year and what our population looks like on campus currently. To do that, we do share out every year, and we have previous years, an infographic that I'd like to just kind of show you and know that it's available should anyone need this information. And again, you can compare it to previous years, but we do put these little infographics together, and we'll be pulling up this data now in our interactive drive. So to talk about first enrollment. So for those of you that are faculty, staff, and have access to the interactive data center, I believe there are many people across campus that do. It's recently been updated, and to let you know, we do have 840 current military connected students at USD. And when we talk about military connected, that includes our active duty, veteran, retirees, reservists, spouses, dependent children, and ROTC in our population. So that's what we say when we talk about military connected. This is pretty typical. Every year that we have about half the population is undergraduate and half is graduate in law. This year we're actually much closer to it actually being right at half the percentage. There was a small dip with the amount of undergraduate students you'll see here, and I think probably with the online environment and challenges with COVID, I think that did play a role. But we also did grow in our graduate population too. New programs that really are good for military connected, such as the cybersecurity programs and things like that are being added to graduate level programming. Something interesting about USD is that we do have about 31% of our population is female in our military connected, and that's interesting because it is a little bit disproportionate to the amount of females that serve on active duty, which is on average 15% female population. The military connected community is quite diverse. This past fall, we actually had 51% of our incoming transfer students that are identified as active duty or veterans are students of color. This is demographic information, so you can see we have different populations from different backgrounds, and this is very typical across each branch of service. And in the military, you'll find that there are individuals that use military service also for citizenship. So it's a great opportunity to work with military connected students because it really does enrich our diverse campus, whether it's through ethnicity, background, experience, age, differences in age. You'll see here that the average age for military connected student is 25 in comparison to, I believe, for undergraduate students, I believe it is 20 years old. So a little bit older population means that they often come with some other challenges, whether it's working, holding jobs, other responsibilities such as family. We do have a number of students that are single parents attending school and also working. Those are some of the challenges that go along with our military connected population. Okay, and this information is accessible, but we do run different reports and things like that should anyone be interested in additional data. I wanted to talk a little bit more about some of the highlights. In spring, April, I believe it was, of 2020, we were able to participate in the VA Yellow Ribbon program fully for undergraduate students, meaning that any student that qualifies for 100% post 9/11 GI Bill benefits and is pursuing undergraduate, their tuition is fully covered for spring and fall. And so that was a great benefit to have, because in the past there was a history of about a $6,000 to $6,500 gap that students would have to find resources for. And this year is the first year that our undergraduate population will not have to worry about that as a burden. We hope that does also increase the number of undergraduate students that attend USD, especially as a private institution. The sticker price is often a little bit intimidating when they worry about how they're going to fund it. So it's great to say, yes, you can absolutely attend USD as a private institution with your VA benefits. This year we did receive the rankings for US News and World Reports. We're ranked at number 56. That increased from last year from 58. And we're in the process right now of looking at the Military Times survey. So that won't be out just yet, but in the past, actually, I believe we were at 77 ranked by Military Times for Best College for Vets in the past, and the years before that, 26. So we think with Yellow Ribbon and some of the other programs that we've developed, that that number will increase as well. I do want to highlight and just really give a thank you to some of the foundation and organizations we work with. Amundsen Foundation Scholarship, we've been working for a number of years, and this year we were also again able to obtain the Amundsen Foundation Scholarship for veterans, which is a $50,000 scholarship. We're able to help supplement some of the tuition and assistance to our student veterans. So we're really grateful for their support. COVID-19 has presented a number of challenges, but I wanted to share just some stories of perseverance. We have had a number of students that sought support and were able to get their needs met. We did have one student that was really struggling financially, a new student that had just come into the university, and we were able to support him through funding from Amundsen, emergency funding, and able to make sure that he was able to pay his rent, pursue school, and work with him to get employed. So although this is a challenging time, there are really unique individuals and especially the students that are showing amazing displays of resiliency and perseverance, and the university coming together to make sure that they are supported and are able to address any kind of emergencies that come up. So thankful and grateful for our team that we work with, and all of the military connected work studies, especially as they reached out to students individually as well. And then the final highlight that we want to talk about is our new workflow process. This has been an ongoing effort for about 1.5 years, and this fall we were able to incorporate a new workflow process. Students may not have seen too much of a change outside of the document, but this really creates better efficiency within our the processing of VA benefits, and it allows for more visibility and ease in the processing and the visibility for everyone to be able to work together to get those VA benefits processed and into our system to cover tuition in a timely manner, and to make sure that your housing stipends are received on time. So very excited to share that. You'll probably be seeing more as we continue to work on efficiency and effectiveness. So we kind of covered the interactive data. I want to also give a big shout out to our admissions team. We work very close with Scott Yonner and Andrew there, and they shared some information in the past about the admittance of military connected students. This past fall, for fall 2020, we had 193 applicants, and about 49% of those were admitted. Now, typically for first year, these are dependent children of military connected. We don't have as many veterans and spouses that apply as a first year student, basically because of the academic rigor that's required. But this is an area that we are growing in. You can see that we were able to admit a little bit more percentage than the previous year, and we hope to really focus and increase, look at how ways that we can increase this as well. But an exceptional admittance rate is for our transfer military connected students. So this is actually the fall 2020 is a little bit out of date. At the time they were going through admissions that we received this data, but you can look at historical data where we have had in the past 93%, as low as 88% admissions of transfer students that are military connected. So when we say that we really do support, I have seen some amazing stories of getting students admitted to USD to be able to make sure that they can meet their academic and educational goals. So when we have students that come across our center that are really good fits, our admissions team does a great job making sure that they can do as much as they possibly can to get them the opportunity to attend USD. And finally, just a little update on VA benefits. For the academic year 2019-2020, we were able to process, very grateful for Nelson, to be processing the 539 students that use VA benefits this academic year. So the vast majority of them are veterans and active duty. And then the total amount of dollars that the VA benefit has put into USD tuition is nearly $13 million for last academic year. So we're excited to continue to grow, especially with the growth of the Yellow Ribbon program, and continue to support and make sure that our veteran students are taken care of their well-earned GI Bill benefits. So I'm very grateful for the team that we have, especially Nelson, who really manages that entire process of requesting benefits as new students throughout the entire time that you're here at USD. With that being said, we're going to go into assessments, I believe, to see what is up and coming. So I will turn it over to Caroline.
Thanks, Amanda. I'm Caroline Walsh. I'm a Coast Guard veteran, and I'm working on our program assessment for MVP. And so we're aligning our goals with USD's learning outcomes. And one of our goals is to assess the VA compliance and the process for benefits. We're going to see what we've made improvements on and what else still needs attention. We're also looking at our veterans grad school exploration and how we're doing with outreach in our town hall meetings. And we're also establishing a baseline for our social media impact. And so this spring we have our annual survey, and we're going to encourage all veterans to participate because getting this feedback every year is how we see where we still need to make improvements. I know last year we had some numbers that showed that veteran students are slightly less likely to agree that they're comfortable interacting with other USD students, and a slightly less participatory in certain organizations. And so we want to use this information to make our programs better. And so with that, I will turn it over to Jem, who's going to discuss programming.
Hi everyone, like Caroline said, I am Jennifer Cruz, or Jem. I'm a first year at the Masters of Arts Higher Education Leadership program, and I am MVP's Community and Events Coordinator. So for this year's Veterans Week, we're going to be ending off on Friday with a comedy night at 5:30 with Caroline and with James P. Connolly. He attended Harvard University on a Marine Corps ROTC scholarship, and he's also appeared on America's Got Talent and Comedy Central. So I hope you all are going to attend that event. We hope to see you all there. And we're currently working on a couple programs and events going on for spring. Right now, whether that's going to be in person or online is still up in the air, but we are going to be exploring different options so that we can better serve our military connected students. One of the programs that I want to go ahead and highlight is going to be our community outreach. This is something new that we've thought of just because of everything that's happened with this year with COVID-19. We want to be able to outreach to our community and see if there are any populations in our community that we can better serve. And we just want to go ahead and have a better relationship with our San Diego community as well. And I will pass it on over to Rob to talk about the hub.
Thanks, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Hey team, my name is Rob Connect. I'm a PhD student in leadership studies, a 17-year reserve U.S. Marine Corps officer, and the coordinator for the USD Military Connected Hub. As many of you know, the Military and Veterans Program currently serves as the focal point for all things military here at USD. And the current structure is centralized, working with 12 areas across the campus. They range from administration to ROTC to crisis management to research and assessment. And as we go on to the next slide, you'll see that Military Connected Hub's development has been ongoing now for over 1 year. The previous year's coordinator, Laura Folsom, brought us through phase 1 and 2. Phase 1 focused on administration, and phase 2 focused on implementation. We're currently in developmental phase 3. Here we're focusing on growth, preparation, and analyzation. This includes the plans to market and brand the Military Connected Hub, enhance current initiatives and deepen our relationships, and secure resources to sustain research and new initiatives. This phase is going to continue through February of 2021. At that time, we'll shift again to phase 4. Phase 4 will focus on developing the presentation for the Military Connected Hub for a larger audience, and to design the next steps to be taken in continuing to build our success. And as we go to my final slide, you'll see that as the Military Connected Hub begins to become more established and increases its capability, our vision is to realign our student-centered work around the hub, connected, coordinating with, and supporting campus outreach and connections, community engagement, admissions enrollment, outreach and recruiting, fundraising and advancement, ROTC, research and assessment, and of course the Military and Veterans Program. Again, my name is Rob Connect, and I'm the coordinator for the Military and Connected Hub. Let's get excited, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Rob and Caroline and Jem, for all the updates and everything that's going on in the program. That will essentially conclude our updates and our time honoring and celebrating veterans. Again, please attend if you can the comedy night this Friday. I think that it'll be a great opportunity for us to share and build community. We'll stay on for questions. Does anybody have any questions or want to add any additional things that they would like to share for Veterans Day specific or for the Military and Veteran Program?
Amanda, I was interested to know, I know that there was a connection you made with Associated Students last year to see about making Veterans Day an official holiday. Is there anything more with that other than obviously AS looked like they supported what you wanted to do, or what they had brought that to the attention of the community?
Yes. So it did, it is something that Associated Students did pass, that they voted on, and I believe that it's not specifically to have the day off, but it is to observe Veterans Day. And so we're not sure exactly what that's going to look like. I know that we have student veterans and ambassadors that are working with Associated Students also on kind of how we can go about that. So it's still an initiative in progress.
Okay, thanks. I just wanted to see about an update.
And I know, Justin, you had worked on that. I don't know if you have any update or anything that you wanted to share about that conversation.
I'm just glad that they, because whenever they jumped on and we talked about it, I'm glad that they were able to use the right verbiage. I think verbiage was going to be the big thing whenever you're going to talk to the faculty. So the fact that they passed it, I mean, to at least be a consideration is great, because I think the big thing is I mean, a day off is always fun, but I think we don't really want a day off in a way, and because I think observance and acknowledging is the big thing. Because whenever you hear the day off, everyone's just going to like go home. I would much rather have an opportunity for people to walk around and, you know, observe what the veterans and the events we have going on, observe the events. So I'm glad that they can do that.
Terrific.
Well, that's all we have. I want to say thank you to all of those who have served, all of those continuing to serve, and all of those that I know carry the values and characteristics and leadership and kind of, let's see, all the strengths, all the things that were talked about in the videos. And I mean, we could go through all the characteristics, but all the things you carry back into the community, those things are what make you also a part of being a USD change maker. And so it's exciting to work with not just the military connected students, but all students across, students, faculty, and staff across campus to really create an impact on our society. So I want to thank you all for being here and showing up, and happy Veterans Day.